Hello students, today we will discuss poetic appreciation of the poem The Sower by Toru Dutt. Now the main theme and summary of the poem. The Sower is a poem translated by Toru Dutt. The poem is about a sower who is sowing food which he means about life. The sower is a poor old man and has seen many bad harvests in his life. However, he is still full of hope of having a bounteous harvest, means much harvest, every time he tosses a grain. The grand gestures of the old man's hand and the way he flings and throws the grains suggest that he is an ageless being. The man is so old that he might not be alive to see the results of his sowing, but he still does it so that it is useful for others. His hard work lifts up to the heaven and he is appreciated by the observer who watches us till our last hour of work with a lot of emotion. So here you can see that this work of farmer, the poor old man, that is sower, he has seen many bad harvests in his life. Means he has struggled a lot. He has experienced so many challenges and difficulties in the life. But still he is optimistic. Still he is hopeful that next year I will get my result. So his hope of having a bounteous harvest is unlimited. And that's why every time he tosses a grain in the field. So this is a grand gesture. This is the highest noble quality of the poor old man, that is the farmer, and that's why the poet respects him and poet says that he is of high quality, he is a noble person. Now, towards appreciation. In the first paragraph, you have to talk about the title, the poet, and the theme of the poem. The poem, The Sower, is translated poem from French into English language. It is translated by Toru Dutt, who is one of the founding figures of Indo-Anglian literature, that is, Indian writing in English. Indo-Anglian literature means the Indians who are writing in English. And founding figure means she is very lovable figure. She is loved by everyone. She was a literary genius who blended three literary traditions: Indian, English, and French. The original poet of this French poem is Victor Hugo. The title of the poem represents the central character of the poem, the sower, that is, the farmer. So, this is the first paragraph. Here, you have to give the title and you have to talk about the poet and you have to talk about the main character or main focus of that particular poem. In the next paragraph, you should talk about the theme of the poem. This poem, The Sower, is about the poet's observation of the sower, his dedication, determination, means he has firm decision, determined, and selfless hard work. So, the sower is selfless. He is not thinking about himself, but he is thinking about others. And he is hardworking. The poet observes the painstaking dedication. Painstaking means he is undergoing so many bad experiences. So it is painstaking. He takes pains. Dedication of the sower, and he is dedicated to his work and has a deep feeling of reverence. Reverence means respect for him. The central idea of the poem revolves around all these actions of this sower. So, in this way, this paragraph was about the theme of the poem. Now, the theme of the poem is dedication, perseverance. Perseverance means that capacity to following up, and commitment. So, the sower is committed to the society, committed to his work, and the poet's admiration. Admire म्हणजे स्तुती करणे. He praises him, he admires him of the source actions as noble and selfless. The poetic devices. Now the second paragraph should be about figures of speech used in the poem. The poetic devices means figures of speech used in this poem are alliteration, antithesis, personification, etc. Shadows run across the lands. In this line, the shadows are given the animate quality of running. So here, shadows are running like human being, and this human quality is given to the inanimate thing, that is shadows. This is a narrative poem. So the special feature of this poem is this is a narrative poem. The special features of this poem are imagery. So the entire poem creates the picture of that sower and field and his work of sowing. So this is imagery. So, the special features of this poem are imagery and symbolism, because the sower symbolizes the dedication and perseverance. Descriptive imagery is used in this poem. Marches he along the plain. So this creates image of that particular farmer who is walking with long distances, long steps, and as if he is walking like a soldier. In this line, the word marches indicates movement and thus creates a visual image in the minds of the readers. The rhyme scheme of the poem is A B A B. Means first line rhymes with the third and second line rhymes with the fourth. The message of this poem is that we all should work selflessly with a positive attitude in life. So, in the last paragraphs, you should talk about the message that we learn from this poem. So, the message of this poem is that we all should work selflessly. Without thinking about ourselves only, we should think about others, and the farmers do the same. So, with a positive attitude in life. The tone of the poem is full of optimism, means positivity, and is fresh and appealing. I like the poem. Now, your opinion. I like the poem for its positive tone and vivid pictorial imagery. So, it creates a picture of, entire picture of that sower and his land, and that's why I like this poem. The poem subtly means properly subtly highlights the value of commitment. So this value we learn from this poem: determination, optimism, and selflessness. Now rhyming words we can see in the poem: land, stands, still, thrill, deep, reap, plain, grain, wide, stride, light, height, eyes, and skies. Rhyme scheme is sitting in a porch way cool. So here cool that rhymes with rule. So A and A. So fast that rhymes with past, and that's why that is BB. So AB means first line rhymes with the third and the second with the fourth. So that is the rhyming scheme AB. Figures of speech in the poem: alliteration, repetition of the same consonant sound, that is called alliteration. Here, darkness deepens. So that D sound is repeated here. Then personification. Sunlight I see dying fast. So here sunlight is like a human quality, having human quality of dying. So inanimate sunlight has been given the quality of animate, dying fast. So this is example of personification. Then inversion. Inversion means the word order of that line is changed. Normally, what we do, we use subject plus verb that order in the sentence. But here, but a sower lingers still. So here, but a sower lingers still. A sower still lingers, it should be. But here, word order is changed for poetic effect, and the correct word order is a sower still lingers. Then, synecdoche. Synecdoche means the part represents the whole. The part represents the whole is called synecdoche. Now his gestures to mine eyes. So here the poet's eyes represents the poet's whole. So that is example of synecdoche. Hyperbole. Here exaggerating is there, exaggeration is there, overstatement is there. अतिशयोक्ती ज्याला म्हणतो आपण. Seems to touch the starry skies. Here, exaggeration of Sower's greatness, as if he is touching starry skies. Nobody can touch the sky, but here the effect is given that yes, the Sower's image is so high that he is touching the starry skies. So, for this, the poet has used hyperbole. So, this is example of hyperbole. So students, we have discussed how to write poetic appreciation of this poem, and we have solved some figures of speech and the rhyming words. I hope you will go through the poem again and you will find out some more activities that are based on this poem, and you can solve them, which are given in brainstorming. I hope so. Thank you. Thank you very much.